Let's talk about the gauge behavior. First, check the RPM correlation. Normal physics dictates that oil pressure should rise with RPM and drop at idle. The question is whether it drops dangerously low, near zero or into the red, at a hot idle while stopped at a traffic light, but shoots back up to normal as soon as you touch the gas. Second, look for the twitch. Does the needle jump instantly, faster than fluid dynamics allow? If the needle vibrates or snaps from high to low in a split second, that is almost always an electrical issue. Third, check the dummy light. The gauge and the red warning light often run on different circuits or thresholds, so note if the red oil can light is flickering or if it is just the gauge moving. Fourth, and most critically, perform an audible audit. Roll down your window, turn off the radio, and adjust the AC. When the pressure drops, ask yourself if you hear a metallic ticking from the top of the engine or a heavy thud or knock from the bottom of the engine. We must then move to the safety assessment and critical stop driving criteria. Shut the engine off immediately and tow the vehicle if you encounter any of the following three conditions. First, audible knocking. If the low gauge reading is accompanied by a clattering, ticking, or deep knocking sound, this means the oil film has collapsed and metal is grinding on metal. Second, a zero pressure warning. If the gauge drops to flat zero and stays there for more than 2 to 3 seconds, or if the red oil can light stays illuminated solid. Third, overheating. If the low oil pressure is accompanied by rising engine temperature, it indicates a lack of oil flow for cooling and lubrication. Next, we address the easy checks, focusing on external and electrical variables to rule out the cheap stuff before tearing into the engine. Check 1 is the dipstick to assess the level and condition. Is it low? If you are 2+ quarts low, the pump will suck air, causing cavitation and gauge fluctuation. Smell the oil. Does it smell strongly of raw gasoline? Fuel dilution thins the oil, causing low pressure at hot idle. Wipe the dipstick on a white paper towel to check for debris. If you see glitter or fine metallic flakes, stop immediately as the bearings are already failing. Check 2 is the filter. Did you recently change the oil? Cheap? White box oil filters sometimes have collapsed internal cores or poor flow rates. A generic Fram filter is a common culprit for fluctuating pressure on sensitive engines. Check 3 is the sending unit, which is the usual suspect. Locate it, usually near the oil filter housing or on the engine block. Unplug the connector and inspect it. Is there oil inside the electrical connector? If oil has pushed through the sensor diaphragm into the wiring, the sensor is trash. Wiggle the wire while the engine idles. If the gauge jumps, that is a wiring fault, not an engine fault. Check 4 is the mechanical verification, which is the gold standard. I cannot stress this enough. Do not trust the dashboard gauge. Rent or buy a mechanical oil pressure test kit. Auto parts stores rent these for free. Remove the sending unit, screw in the mechanical gauge hose, and start the engine. Compare the actual pressure on the mechanical gauge to what your dash was saying. If the mechanical gauge reads steady and strong, usually 15 to 25 psi hot idle, 40 to 60 psi cruising, your engine is fine and your dash cluster or sensor is bad. If external factors are ruled out and the mechanical gauge confirms the pressure is actually fluctuating, we have an internal hydraulic issue and must proceed to the hard checks. Possibility A is the sludge and the pickup screen. If the oil pan has sludge from missed oil changes, the pickup screen gets clogged. As the pump sucks hard, it pulls sludge into the screen, choking the flow and causing the pressure to drop. When you let off the gas, the suction decreases, debris falls away, and pressure returns. The fix is to drop the oil pan and clean the pickup tube. Possibility B is the pickup tube O-ring, which is common in GM/LS engines. The O-ring that seals the pickup tube to the oil pump hardens and cracks, sucking air bubbles along with the oil, known as aeration. This causes bouncy pressure readings. The fix is to drop the oil pan and replace the O-ring. Possibility C is the pressure relief valve located inside the oil pump. If it sticks open due to debris, pressure bleeds off immediately. If it sticks closed, you'll blow the oil filter off. The fix is to replace the oil pump, which requires timing cover removal. Possibility D is excessive bearing clearance, the engine killer. The concept is that pressure is resistance to flow. As rod and main bearings wear down, the gap widens. The oil pump flows volume, but the fluid escapes the gaps too easily, preventing pressure buildup. The symptom is good pressure when cold due to thick oil, but very low pressure when hot due to thin oil at idle. Pressure rises with RPM because the pump spins faster to overcome the leak. The fix is an engine rebuild or replacement. Finally, to summarize probabilities based on a troubleshooting matrix regarding common behaviors of vehicles like the Chevy Silverado, Ford F-Series, and Jeep Wrangler. If the symptom behavior is that the needle jumps or twitches erratically with no audible noise, the likely culprit is the oil pressure sending unit, sensor, which has a high probability 70% and is cheap and easy to repair. If the gauge reads 0, then normal, then 0 with no noise. The likely culprit is electrical wiring or ground issues with a medium probability 15% and is cheap and easy to repair. If the pressure is low at hot idle but normal at speed with no noise, the likely culprit is a worn oil pump or viscosity breakdown with a medium probability 10%, and it is moderately expensive and hard to repair. If the pressure is low at hot idle but normal at speed, and there is audible ticking, the likely culprit is worn bearings or engine wear with a low probability 5%, but an extreme cost and difficulty. If the pressure fluctuates while driving steadily with no noise, the likely culprit is low oil level or aeration, which has a high probability and is cheap and easy to fix. If the needle is pinned at max with no noise, the likely culprit is a sensor wire shorted to ground with a medium probability, and it is cheap and easy to fix. Another aspect to consider is the car make and model, since there are a lot symptoms and culprits that differ too.